Rightio YouTube, so we're at home doing my DIY door repair here. So I've lost count of how many videos I've done up to this one. I won't even know until I get behind the editor, but yep, we're all prepped up, all repaired, primed, that's been wax and grease removed, masked up, and ready to start putting the colour down. I just need to give it a tack rag and get the colour into a gun. So yeah, first up I'm going to get my spray suit on, get some gloves on, and yeah, get that colour into the gun. So let's go. So this is just another quick look at the setup that I've got. I did include that in the first video, but if you missed that video, I've broken this this series up into quite a few vids. So if you missed that, this is the compressor room. This is my sort of storeroom as well, slightly. This is a compressor I've got here, just a Blackridge one. That was like $217 from Supercheap. You absolutely can't go wrong with something like that. Yeah, I mean, for the price, you can't go wrong for the price, but you wouldn't spray much more than what I'm looking at spraying here than like a single panel. I probably wouldn't even want to take on something like a bonnet or a hood with a compressor this small. But yeah, at the end of the day, they've got heaps down there. I just went for the cheapest one, something that, yeah, I thought would be good enough for the purpose, and I think, well, it has been so far. So yeah, that's it over there. The Blackridge 180 litre per minute, 30 litre tank. It was really easy to set up. I think you just have to put the air filter on and just a few other things. I set up the I set this up actually. This didn't come from Supercheap. This is called Steel Camel, and it's just a water filter, and this thing's been working really well. I've used it a few times and no water at all comes through the lines, which is something, if you are spraying home, you really need to get any moisture out of the air lines, because the last thing you want is water like spitting out of your gun. I've seen it happen before, and it's, yeah, not a good thing. So you need some sort of a moisture trap, and yeah, that's been working absolutely fine for me. Apart from that, I'm ready to start getting some colour into the gun here and yeah, painting some shit. Let's do it. So my car here is it's a dark enough colour that I'm not going to have to use any blending aid. So I'm not using any 599 or base coat binder. Those who watch my videos quite often will know that if I'm to blend a colour that's like a silver or like a coarse metallic or something like that, I'll put this clear coat down first. It's not clear coat, but it's a coat of clear base coat, right? And that just fills in all the prep scratches. This is a dark enough colour that I'm not going to need it, but just keep that in mind. If you are to do any paint work at home on your own car, you may want to get some, look, it's hard for me to say exactly what it's called because each paint system does have one. In Standox, it's called 599 or colourless base coat. But then you go to Glazeret and they call it, what was it? Base coat blender or something like that. And then the next paint system will have a different name, but MO was another Glazeret name for it. So it's going to have a different name in every single paint system, but every single paint system does have it. I've sent a few people out looking for it, and they've gone down to the paint shop and their local paint supplier will say, oh, I've never heard of it, I don't even know what it is. So that's a little bit surprising. Like, you'd think that most people in the trade would know what it is, but yeah, obviously not everyone does. So just keep that in mind. And you only really need that on your coarse metallics and light metallics like silvers and stuff like that. Anyway, this is the gun I'm going to be using. So it's the Segola Mini Extreme. And this is the colour. I mixed and matched this up at work when I sprayed the bonnet. Give it a bit of a stir first. That's going to be heaps. Just a bit of leftovers from when I did the bonnet, but that's going to be plenty to do what I need. Again, you know, if you're doing this at home, you might have to go down to your local paint supplier and just get a little bit of colour matched up. Sometimes if you take your car down, they might be able to match it for you on site, or possibly even take your fuel flap off or something, drop that in with them and come back the following day or whenever they're ready and pick the matched colour up or something like that. That's stirred up. Hopefully this isn't going to cover too poorly. Reds don't usually cover the best, but it should be fine. If it doesn't cover well, we'll just put an extra coat on. So I've got myself a tack rag this time. So I'm going to want to keep this pressure relatively low. I don't want overspray all through my garage. I reckon 20 psi is going to even do it. Get that respirator on. Maybe just crank that pressure up to do a final blowdown actually. I gotta turn that compressor on. Okay, so I just remembered that I don't want to go and cover the inside of the car with clear coat and base coat. Well, there won't be any base coat up there, but if I can keep the most of the clear out of there, it should keep the car from smelling so much when I'm done. So that's done. I've already tack ragged it down and we're ready to put some colour down. That ain't so hard, is it? Wow, that's covering quite good. Better than I expected. And I'm just going to blow a bit of air over that between coats. It's a pretty warm day here today in Perth. So if I was to leave that like that, even though the colour is matched quite good, I reckon in the sun you would see a bit of a ring around here. So that's just about covered. I mean, I can't see through that. Hold on, maybe I can actually. I need to get this light here. Although I think I can, yeah, you can barely see through, but on one angle you can just see through that. But we will put one more coat on that. But we need to blend it out a bit nicer. We need to just sort of flick that colour out a little bit nicer. I want to keep it away from here and here. Although the colour is quite good anyway, you would still see that blend in the sun. I'm pretty certain that you would. Now, I don't want to keep blowing air on that because I'm in the garage. If I was in the spray booth, I'd happily blow air on it, but I think all the turbulence that it's going to create and dust in the panel, probably best off just leaving it do its own thing. Let it flash off, and I'm going to do these touch-ups now on the back edge of that door. So every painter should have themselves a little touch-up brush. Alright, those touch-ups are done. They'll look fine. They will look fine by the time it's cleared down. That shouldn't be too long until we're right to clear over. I might even get that clear mixed up now while I'm waiting between coats. Yeah, so I'm just using the Quartz liquid glass, my favourite clear. So just 2 to 1, and I'll probably go around 5% reducer. It's a nice and thick clear VHS, so yeah, I love this stuff. VOC Performance Speedster is what I thin it down with. So yeah, it's about 5%, just a splash. I'll stir it up and have a look at how it looks on the stick. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Perfect. Probably be just about right to put that next coat of base coat on now. Yeah, that's drying down quite quick. That's a good thing about solvent base. It does dry down nice and quick. So you can see I'm just flicking that colour out just a little bit more. See, before it was more just of a stop, but I'm just sort of blending it. Sort of put a medium wet coat where I needed that coverage. Now I will give that a tack rad before I clear it, so that metallic's going to have gone and turned all dusty on the blend areas. I'm going to give that a good 10 minutes this time. I don't want to go and jump the gun. Pardon the pun. I'll give that gun a quick clean out, a bit of a rinse out. Doesn't need to be fully clean. If there's a slight bit of red in there, it's not going to be the massivest, biggest problem. But yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Rightio YouTube, so we're ready to clear this up. I just gave the gun a quick flush through. Yeah, sprayed it through 2 or 3 times, wiped it down with the rag, got it nice and clean. Got the quartz liquid glass mixed up, around 5% reducer. I did end up actually giving it a little bit of a heat gun. It's not like cold today, but it's not hot, so yeah, just wanted to make sure that base coat's nice and dry before I go and put the clear coat down. And now we're just ready to give it a tack rag, and yeah, 2 coats are clear. Let's go. Let's see how this compressor holds up. So I think I'm going to start off by blowing it down, tack ragging it, and then I'll wait for that compressor to build back up again. So look, I'm not expecting this to be one of the best jobs I've done. I'm expecting a few bits of dust in it. As I said, we'll just wait for that compressor to build up again. As I say though, all the principles, there's not much that really changes from doing this at home or doing it in a spray booth. So that's the compressor. So we'll go like, I don't know, 25 PSI. You know, if I was in a spray booth or if I had a bigger compressor, I might be using, say, 2 bar, but as you can see, there's a fair bit of overspray already. Bit orange really, but I'm going to do 2 coats, so I'm going to give that 5 minutes to flash down, and then I'll whack another coat over it. So I'm just going to walk out, and I'm going to even shut that door, leave the overspray in here. I'll flick that light off, and we'll be back in 5 minutes, alright? Hey, Gunny gets a run! That's alright, we'll get it out. Alright, so, yeah, ready to put that second coat of clear down.
You can usually do a bit of a test on the surrounding panels. Yeah, that's fine. So I might even start from the top this time. Might make it a little bit easier to watch it going on. Yeah, I don't get runs like that very often. I don't spray my garage very often either though, so there you go. All you DIY guys are probably happy to see me get a run. So it happens to, well, even the most experienced. I'd hardly call that a big one though. That'll be really quite easy to come out. It's a bit orange peely, you know, but yeah, things change when you're in the garage, I tell you what. That's just applying the clear really. So I'll pull that off now so that edge melts in. And then I'm going to just run out of here. Pull these edges off. That's going to buff in just fine there, gunners. So a quick close up at that. And hopefully that's not going to continue to run. But I think I've got that second coat on a little bit nicer than the first one. It's still quite orange peely though, but we'll buff that in. We'll get it up with the buff. So I'm going to have to do a buff video for this one. I might even do that bonnet while I'm at it. Anyway, I'm going to clean this gun out.